I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
That was tall. Yeah. Yeah.
I got my high heels.
We got some.
Gators. Almost all left. Ladies and gentlemen, O.W. Walker. All right, so I do a lot of Texas songs, so I think I'll lead off with the New Mexico song. And then two Texas songs, of course. This was inspired by my great-grandfather's writings about hanging out in New Mexico and prospecting for silver and not finding any. It's called Shot Like a Bullet. Law is scarce in Shakespeare, but there's one you cannot waive. If you ever kill somebody, then you have to dig the grave. Well, I might have sold a horse or two with the brand that weren't mine. Might have rode along with rustlers as a way to pass the time. I'm shot like a bullet, I'm covering ground. They're killing in cold blood, get out of this town. Too long in the barroom with the wrong kind of friends. Now I'm running and hiding, I hope the trail never ends. Sandy King and Russian Bill never heard them at the door. Grabbed them from their beds before their feet could hit the floor. Now they're hanging from the rafters in the hotel dining room. Folks might be looking for me, can't get out of here too soon. I'm shot like a bullet, I'm covering ground. They're killing in cold blood, get out of this town. Too long in the barroom with the wrong kind of friends. Now I'm running and hiding, I hope the trail never ends. All the ones who wanted silver, all the ones who wanted gold, they're dead and gone like Russian Bill, just stories that get cold. But my spirit's still a-riding hard across New Mexico, running from the things I've done, got a long, long way to go. And I'm shot like a bullet, I'm covering ground. They're killing in cold blood, get out of this town. They're long in the ballroom with the wrong kind of friends. Now I'm running and hiding, I hope the trail never ends. I'm shot like a bullet, I'm covering ground. They're killing in cold blood, get out of this town. Too long in the ballroom with the wrong kind of friends. Now I'm running and hiding, I hope the trail never ends.
Wow.
Thank you.
Was the Lost Dutchman mine part of this?
No, I don't think so. This was more obscure. The town of Shakespeare is a ghost town now, not much left of it. But Sandy King and Rush and Bill are real people. They really did get hung, and they did leave them up as an example of what not to do in Shakespeare in the dining room of the local hotel, which also wasn't much. But they did. They left them hanging there.
To be or not to be? Not to be.
Yeah, well, don't be like that. That was the whole point. Which is why this fella left town. At least I made him up. I have no idea if anybody actually left town over that.
It's got a good vibe to it.
It seemed like a good idea. So, did you ever get mail for somebody else in your mailbox? Right? Yeah, it happens. Okay. So, this is the songwriter equivalent of that, because I'm pretty sure this is a Ray Wyatt song, but it got delivered to me. You guys be the judge. I looked land along the highway, there's a little shady grove. There's a lonesome cemetery where no one ever goes. From the tombstones, time wore away the numbers and the names. There's precious little left of the pioneers that came to these rocky hills of Texas to make themselves a home. From Tennessee and anywhere that made them move along. Who knows who's lying there beneath these old oak trees, who's ain't enough to share along this gentle breeze, who's left to carry on and bear the heavy load, who left these flowers at the stones by the road. Here and there you can make out a word someone carved, a name, a date, a prayer, a trace of who they are. It's a sorry sanctuary from the fire and the knife, Comanche moon and cholera cutting short their life, and the mother's, father's children laid loved ones to rest. Watch the sun set slowly on the hillside to the west. Who knows who's lying there beneath these old oak trees? Who cares enough to send along that gentle breeze? Who's left to carry on and bear the heavy load? Who left these flowers at the stones by the road? One day the river rose up, flooded out the town. They started planting folks beneath some higher ground. And that little cemetery won't hold another soul. Life goes on and trucks roll by, following the road. And the spring rains pour down like Jesus washing feet from a living, breathing sky on what remains beneath. Who knows who's lying there beneath these old oak trees? Who cares enough to send along that gentle breeze? Who's left to carry on and bear the heavy load? Who left these flowers at the stones by the road? Still working on it. Thank you. Dan, I wonder if you could help me out with this one. I haven't done this in a while.
I could arrange that. I love this song. Thank you. Wait, let me get my instrument. Oh yeah,
You got to have some rhythm on this one.
That's
Sure.
right.
This is about as Texan as it gets. We're out on the road 50 miles out of Junction, taking the kids on a family vacation, when she turned to me and said, oh, by the way, did you read what happened last Thursday? She said that they found you, it was natural causes, and she meant to tell me, but somehow it got lost. I stared sadly down the length of Interstate 10, feeling like I'd lost a good friend. I heard it, but I couldn't believe it. It was one of those things that your eyes gotta see. I heard it, but I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe you were gone. It'd been 20 long years since the first time I saw you. You were blowing the roof off the old armadillo, like an old gun, still quick on the draw, and one step ahead of the law. Your life read to me like a musical fable. You've been playing guitar before you got out the cradle. The dust on your boots from all over the world, the songs you left shining like pearl. I heard it, but I couldn't believe it. It was one of those things that your eyes gotta see. I heard it, but I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe you were gone. Is anybody going to Mendocino, Seguin, San Antonio, Nuevo Laredo? From the Red to the Rio, all over the state, enchiladas just don't taste the same. You never got too big and you never got too heavy. Further on up the road, I've been thinking that maybe someday, somehow, you might come back around. You're out of sight, but never out of sound. I heard it, but I couldn't believe it. It was one of those things that your eyes gotta see. I heard it, but I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe you were gone. I heard it, but I couldn't believe it. It was magical music, meant so much to me. Heard it, but I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe you were gone. I heard it, but I couldn't believe it. I heard it, but I couldn't believe it. I heard it, but I couldn't believe it. I heard it, but I couldn't believe it.
love that one.
Thanks, y'all. That was O.W. Walker. And I'm sure that Sir Doug appreciates it.